A massive new issue unfolding right now with commercial real estate threatening the U.S. economy. Hey everybody, Scott Walters, welcome to the channel. If you're new, I want to thank you for coming. If you're returning, I want to thank you for your continued support. Before we get into today's red hot topic, I'm going to politely ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Please watch to the end for my final thought. Hit the bell icon so you're notified when new videos are released. It is very important to stay close to the channel in these very tricky times. All right, folks, welcome to the channel. It's always an honor and a privilege to be with you. I hope you're all doing great. Buckle up and strap in. I got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows and sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. And today we're going to have a deep dive, a look into commercial real estate. And let me just tell you, friends, buckle up and strap in. I'm going to roll an article I found, a whistleblower blowing the whistle. Wall Street whistleblower, and this is insane. You know what's so funny about what we've been talking about at the channel when we came and started raising awareness, ringing the bell and sounding the alarm and letting people know, hey, this is a real estate bubble. Yeah, but this time it's different. Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. For me, like I laugh at this stuff. It's like a built-in self-defense mechanism, wrap my head around how serious these things are. Very serious. Friends, listen. There is no escaping this one. I wish I could sugarcoat it. I really do. So our job continues, and your job hopefully is to help me. If you are new, please subscribe right away. There's never been a more important time in U.S. history to get forward thinking, critical thinking, centered and surrounded with like-minded people and friends. There is some massive issues going on right now. And like I said, it doesn't matter what puts us into a real estate bubble. The facts are we found ourselves in another one. And this is a very dangerous one because it was artificial growth, no organic growth. This was market manipulation due to an overstimulation of an economy. And they overstimulated the one thing they should have never overstimulated, the real estate industry. Stupid, so stupid in my opinion. Like, I hate to be critical or judgmental, but I mean, come on, like really? Really? So today we're going to roll an article about what's going on. And this one, I think, you know, there's so many things that we got to heat map and temperature check that are threatening the economy, that are threatening our housing market. And this one looks to be like it potentially could be commercial backed mortgage securities that could be the knockout below. This one is about ready to blow up in our faces. I know I've reported on it. I know you're seeing it. There's a lot of empty commercials. Those are tied to financial institutions. Those are tied to big banks. And believe me, that is an enormous amount of money that's just out there not being paid. They are very exposed right now, and somebody started to whistleblow on this one. So let's roll this article just to drive our point home, and then we'll meet back here and wrap it up. Let's get started. All right, let's get started. Whistleblower. Wall Street has engaged in widespread manipulation of mortgage funds. Securities that contain loans for properties like hotels and office buildings have inflated profits, the whistleblower claims. As the pandemic hammers the economy, that could increase the chances of another mortgage collapse. Among the toxic contributors to the financial crisis of 2008, few caused as much havoc as mortgages with dodgy numbers and inflated values. Huge quantities of them were assembled into securities that crashed and burned, damaging homeowners and investors alike. Afterward, reforms were promised. Never again, regulators vowed, would real estate financiers be able to fudge numbers and threaten the entire economy. 12 years later, there's evidence something similar is happening again. Some of the world's biggest banks, including Wells Fargo, as well as other lenders, have engaged in systematic fraud that allowed them to award borrowers bigger loans than were supported by their financials. Whereas the fraud during the last crisis was in residential mortgages, the complainant claims this time it's happening in commercial properties like office buildings, apartment complexes, and retail centers. All right, guys, we'll stop there, but I think you get the gist of it. Basically, this is going to blow up in the financial institutions' faces. This is all commercial-backed mortgage securities that have no value. They are completely pumped up on artificial stimulus, and it's just become a complete ticking time bomb. Now we're going to jump over and take a look at a commercial property that another subscriber sent in. Let's go ahead and take a look at that now. And here is the result of the article we just read. A subscriber sent this one in, another empty commercial building, massive, massive one, sitting empty. And this is tied to exactly what we were just talking about. Financial institutions unable to get any of these properties sold or leased. Let's take a look at the lease price of this one, and maybe we'll understand why it is sitting empty. All right, friends, and here you go. This is why at almost $30 a square foot per year at over 66,000 square feet, this would cost you approximately $2 million a year to rent this place out. And this is one of thousands and thousands of commercial buildings doing the exact same thing all over America. If anybody doesn't think this is a problem, they are sadly mistaken. We are way too exposed right now with our financial system. Let's get back to the office and wrap this one up. So there you go. Just a little heat map and temperature check, something we were able to put together to drive our point home. This is another warning sign, another clear and present danger of what's going on with our real estate market and the U.S. economy. There are so many fractures. So many fractures. And while I love real estate, I've always said, 95% of all millionaires did make their money in real estate, but it wasn't buying at the height of a bubble. It was definitely not buying at the height of a super bubble. Our job, hopefully, is to continue to ring the bell and sound the alarm, read between the lines, and look between the cracks. We have a lot of cracks. We understand this was not this was an everything bubble, a super bubble artificially produced. So now it becomes, what do we need to really look at and devote our attention to? My thing has always been this, friends. Again, my job, hopefully, is just to raise awareness, because this will play out. This is happening, whether we want to admit it or not. This is happening. Now, a lot of people have never lived through a real estate bubble or an economic downturn or a financial crisis before. So they're just out there doing their day-to-day. They have no idea. Congratulations to anybody who continues, because I know hearing it, at least in a way that I'm communicating it to you, if and when this plays out and it becomes a percentage of likelihood, what percentage of likelihood do you put on this playing out, an economic downturn? Well, we've always had booms and busts in the markets. So, we just went through a big boom. A level-headed realist would say, hey, we're probably headed for another bust. I mean, it's not if, it's just when. And the perfect storm has been delivered for us to receive that. So we're going to continue to, bring clarity, raise awareness, because like I said, when these things play out, you will be less blindsided by it because you've talked about it in a way that hopefully hasn't been too alarming, but yet puts the level of seriousness, the magnitude of this, not minimizing the severity. I see a lot of real estate professionals, maybe no fault of their own, minimizing what just happened with this economy and with this housing market. And let me tell you, friends, it'll be nothing short of a miracle to stop what's happening now at a correction, which we are now entering. Most economists would say we're already in a recession with runaway inflation and a risen interest rate environment. We haven't even gotten inflation under control. That's not good. We're at the front end of a recession. If we don't stop the real estate correction, it will enter into recessionary levels of a downturn. And we're seeing the dominoes start to fall, and those red hot spots that got way too euphoric and overbuilt are starting to fall pretty hard. So my anticipation, like I've reported, by the end of the summer, here we are, and it's happening. By this Christmas, I've reported we're having a much different conversation. And I think we'll be in the throes of a recession. Our job will be to navigate through that. We're going to do our best to help everybody, no matter where you're at. If you drank the Kool-Aid, you've been on the sidelines, I don't care. My job is just to raise awareness and help people. At the end of the day, our rewards in life are always in direct proportion to our contribution. You can contribute simply by supporting this work and raising awareness. So when this happens, people maybe will be less blindsided. I don't regret going through the last bubble, even buying a property in the height and then getting rid of it to protect my other assets. but I certainly don't want to repeat the same thing over and over expecting a different result, because that's the definition of insanity. We have to be level-headed realists in these times and understand this is an overheated economy. It's providing its blowback. Now we got to monitor, heat map, and temperature check it to see how deep it goes. Stay tuned. I'll do my best to report on it every step of the way. If you appreciate the content, I do want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Social media links are in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you're currently interested in buying or selling real estate here in America, there's an email in the description for you as well. I have a network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. Also, take a look at some of our affiliate links that sponsor this channel in the description as well. And as always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I'll see you on the next video.